These trailers are coming in hot and almost faster than I can keep up with. But don't worry, I picked out the 5 trailers that you should pay attention to as we lead into E3 and Summer Game Fest. Let's go. Dungeons & Dragons: Dark Alliance. Back in the day, Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance and Dark Alliance 2 were easily my favorite co-op games on the PS2 and Xbox. Now, Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance was recently re-released and kind of remastered recently on the Switch, as well as other consoles. But remarkably, it still stands up in a post-Diablo 3 world as one of the best hack-and-slash games ever made. Dungeons & Dragons Dark Alliance looks like a spiritual 3D reimagining of the series with traditional D&D classes, enemies, and a big lean on co-op gaming. Co-op really is my thing, and whether you decide to go alone to fight the dark magic hordes or with up to 3 other friends, the game legitimately looks like everything I've ever wanted from a fantasy-based co-op adventure. Yes, before you say it, I know that Lord of the Rings War in the North and more recently Warhammer Vermintide both attempt to scratch that itch, but they weren't quite the same. They were either lacking in the range of abilities for what you can actually do in the game, or the atmosphere felt totally wrong for that style of gameplay. Whatever the reason, neither game really clicked for me. Dungeons & Dragons Dark Alliance has an incredible enemy variety and promises more bosses in DLC post-release. If you've been looking for that Phantasy Star Online style fix against giant bosses and hordes of enemies as you fight with friends in a fantastic world, this might be what you've been waiting for. Anew: The Distant Light. There was a game from years ago called Heart of Darkness. You were a child thrown into a dangerous alien world. It had heavy flashback and out of this world vibes, and in its time, it was a technical showcase for the PlayStation 1. I don't know if it was the amazing music in this trailer or the fact that the world looks so alien, so dangerous, and so bizarre, but the theme of being some child surviving in this weird alien world in a crazy mech suit, well, Anew: The Distant Light might be speaking directly to me. It's not a roguelite, as is the modern trend of gaming today. It's a full-on Metroidvania, heavy on the Metroid, and possibly the first game in a while of this style to completely capture my attention. Apparently, it has been available in some form on Steam for nearly a year, but I'm avoiding anything on this game. I want to experience this on console. The art looks very distinctive, and between the defense combat battle strategies, players need to take a methodical approach with every encounter. Who doesn't want to play a child's power fantasy? Anew: The Distant Light comes to consoles this year. Sable. Sable is a big question mark. Announced in 2018, Sable's most immediate and obvious appeal is the striking art style. It looks like a game handcrafted by legendary artist Mobius, and for many, that might be enough. Now that open world games have been inspired by the cel-shaded freedom of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Sable leans into beautiful landscapes and emphasis on exploring. What's completely absent is any sense of combat. Sable might be an open world puzzle game, it might be a game of fetch quests. Even with IGN's extended gameplay look, it's still unclear exactly what you're doing within the game. There's lots of gravity-defying falls and lots of cool riding or running through gorgeous desert landscapes, but puzzles, fighting, environmental survival through platforming, none of this is clear. The game is pretty though. We'll see more about Sable on consoles this year. Sifu, Midnight Fight Express, and The Legend of Xiangjing. I'm cheating with this list. No, there aren't any new gameplay trailers for Sifu or Midnight Fight Express, but the recent surprise trailer of The Legend of Xiangjing rekindled my burning love for martial arts fighters that has been reawakened by the incredible Streets of Rage 4. Between DLC and these new releases, 2021 looks to be an outstanding year if modern Asian-style martial arts and action cinema is absolutely your jam. Because it's mine. This style of game nearly died in the modern era. Outside of one-on-one fighting games, martial arts games taking advantage of choreography and modern motion capture tech are few and far between. Correction, they're non-existent. This is why these games stand out so strongly. They look amazing in their own unique way, but most importantly, they're joyous in their appreciation of their inspirations. I can already hear you all calling me out about The Legend of Xiangjing. Shola, it's not mocap. Shola, there's nothing modern about it. Calm down. Just like Streets of Rage 4, The appeal comes in that loving appreciation for detail. Intercut dramatic comic panels, cool looking character designs, and yes, that music. That music sounds like it came right out of old school Naruto. I am in all the way. This game couldn't come to my Switch or consoles soon enough. And all of these martial art homages are instant must-plays when they release later this year. Finally, Clid, the Snail. It doesn't take much to impress me, let's be honest. You want to show off tech? Show me particle effects and explosions, lots of them. Show me crazy lighting effects. Show me tiny people blowing up tons of other tiny people in fantastical environments. I'm very immature. And Clid, the Snail, just like the upcoming Ascent, is all about that particle effect heavy action gameplay that couldn't be further away from modern 3D walking sims if they tried. I just know that a slug shot out a bunch of drunk rockets at sci-fi enemies in an insanely detailed post-apocalyptic landscape that appealed to all of my sensibilities as a gamer. I told you, I'm immature, and I'm also sold. Take my money. And that's it so far. E3 and Summer Game Fest is just starting, and there are trailers coming in by the minute. After you've already watched Kinda Funny and Nextlander and Giant Bomb and Spawn on Me and Easy Eyelash, come hang out with me for something new. I'm the industry outsider, and I've got a bunch of outsiders in my growing community, and we love to have you hang out with us. So check us out, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell if you like the content that I'm putting out. And hopefully I'll see you on the next video, and there are many coming up. Peace.